Namaste everyone. On behalf of Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple, I welcome your gracious presence. Please join me in welcoming today's Yajman family, Dr. Ravinderji and Dr. Veena Kalji. They are here amongst us. They are the respected members of our temple. They are here with their daughter-in-law, Priya, Dr. Priya, and welcome to Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple, and with their grandchildren, Devi, Kush, and Shrey. Welcome you all. Now, before getting started to the Agnihotra ceremony, this Dev Yajna, I just want to say, our Vedas have enjoined upon us 3 things to do. This life is a journey, and to complete this journey with exploring it into its full depth and dimension, 3 things have been prescribed by our sages, by God, by the eternal Vedas. That is Yajna, Karma, and Upasana. That means we continue to imbibe good things in life and continue to contribute it to the society. That is called Yajna. Okay, Devi, can I ask you a question? No? Okay, that's fine. Shrey, can I ask you a question? No, okay, that's fine. So, what I was giving example for children is, these trees, they bear fruits, they give fruits, right, Devi? Trees give fruits. So they give fruits for themselves or for us? For us, right? And when rivers flow, they give water for the sake of we people, or does the river drink its own water? It gives for us, right? So similarly, God says that this body is also meant to serve others. Okay? We should do benevolent acts. We should do righteous acts. We should do right actions for ourselves as well as for others. This gives grace to our life. This adds value to our life if we continue to give, if we continue to share and care for others. So now, with due respect of time, we will start this Devi Yajna. Take little water in your right hand. We will do the Sankalpa part. Devi, would you like to take little water in your right palm? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. In your right hand. Yeah. Okay. Repeat after me. Om Avasoho Sadane Sida Om Tatsat Adityasya Uttarayane Grishma Ritau Jeshth Mase Saptamyam Tithau Adya Asmin Shubhasthane Swajivanasya Kalyanartham Sukh Shanti Samriddhi Abhivriddhyartham Rog Shok Nivaranartham Idam Devi Yajnam Karayitum Bhavatim Brahmanam Vrinimahe. Now you can drop the water. So you have appointed me as your official priest for today, conducting this Devi Yajna, and we have declared the purpose, date, and time of this ceremony. that we are doing such and such day of such and such month, the current year. So now we'll start by chanting God's supreme name, Om, 3 times. So let's sit straight, close our eyes gently, join our hands. We will inhale deeply, and while exhaling, we will chant Om. Om. Next, we are going to chant Gayatri Mantra, in which we pray for a steady intellect, for an equanimous intellect, that we are able to make right decisions at right point of time in our life. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Now we will chant together Ishwar Stuti Prarthana Upasana Mantraha, wherein we will adore, pray, and meditate upon the qualities, nature, and actions of God. He is the basis of our life. He is the giver of this breath. He is the creator, controller, ruler, preserver, and protector of our life. May we imbibe his qualities, his benevolent actions, his purity in us. We become his children in true sense. We pray to him to bless us with all good and benevolent qualities. We pray to him to guide us to the difficult times of life. Then we worship him. We meditate upon his qualities. We make certain commitments that I will tread the path of truth. I will continue to do righteous actions. I will continue to fall in line with the teachings of our ancient scriptures. I will be honest and sincere and become a person of integrity. With these prayers, with these determinations, let's chant Ishwar Stuti Prarthana Upasana Mantraha. Om विश्वानि देव सवितदुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्न आसुव ॐ हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जातः पतिरेक आसीत् सदाधार पृथिवीं व्यामुते मां तस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ य आत्मदा बलदा यस्य विश्व उपासते प्रशिषं यस्य देवाः यस्य छायामृतं यस्य मृत्युः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ यः प्राणतो निविशतो महित्वैकयित्राजा जगतो बभूव य ईशे अस्य द्विपदश्चतुष्पदः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ येन द्यौरुग्रा पृथिवी च त्रीणा येन स्वः सभितं येन नागः यो अन्तरिक्षे रजसो विमानः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ प्रजापते नत्वदेतान्यो विश्वा जातानि परिता बभूव यत्कामास्ते जुहुमस्तनो अस्तु वयं श्याम पतयोरयीणाम् ॐ स नो बन्धुर्जनिता सविधाता धामानि वेद भुवनानि विश्वा यत्र देवा अमृतमानशानास्त्रितीये धामन्नधैरयन्त ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोधस्मज्जुहुराणमेनु भूयिष्ठान्ते नमोक्तिं विधेम इति ईश्वर स्तुति प्रार्थनोपासना मंत्राः. Now we can open our eyes. Now we will do Achman, do sipping of water. Take little water in your right palm. And after Swaha, then sip the water. Om Amrito Pastaranamasi Swaha. Yeah, again take water in your right palm and we will again sip it. Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. Third time. Om Satyam Yashaha Shridmai Shri Shrayatam Swaha. Now wash your right palm with little water. Then take water in your left palm. And with these two fingers of our right hand, we will touch our body parts with our prayers to God for their longevity, for their good health, for their integrity, and we continue to do good actions with them. Om Vangma Asyastu, Om Nasorme Pranoastu, Om Akshnor me Chakshurastu, Om Karnyor me Shrotramastu, ॐ भावोर्मे बलमस्तु। ॐ ऊर्वोर्म ओजोऽस्तु। ॐ अरिष्टानि व्यङ्गानि तनुस्तन्वा मे सह सन्तु. So you can wipe your hands. Is there papers? No. Now we will light the lamp. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Just light this one. Just yeah. Om Bhurbhuvah Swadyaurev Bhumna Prithvi Bhavarinna Tasyaste Prithvi Devayajani Prishte Agni Manna Dhyayathe. Operating the Havan. Now join your hands. Om Udbuddha Swate Pratichakrihi Tvamishta Purte Sansrije Thamayancha Asmin Sadhaste Adhyutarasmin Vishve Deva Yajamanasya Sidata. Next, we will offer these Samhita, one after another. With the first month, we will offer the first Samhita. Om Ayanta Itmatma Jata Vedasene Dhasva Vardhasva Chetha Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nana Tena Samedhaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Jatavedase Danna Mama. Now I'll chant two mantras and then after second mantra you will offer. Om Samidhagnim Dovasya Tagvitair Bodhayata Tithim Asmin Havya Juhotana Swaha. Idam Agnaye Danna Mama. Om Susamidhaya Shocishe Gritam Deepram Juhotana Agnaye Jatavedase Swaha. Idam Agnaye Jatavedase Danna Mama. Om Tantva Samidbhirangiro Hridena Vardhayamasi Brihachochaya Vishya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Angirase Danna Mama. Now we are going to offer 5 times ghee with the same mantra. Om Ayanta Itmatma Jata Vedasene Dhasva Vardhasva Chetha Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nana Tena Samedhaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Jatavedase Danna Mama. Om Ayanta Itmatma Jatavedasene Dhasva Vardhasva Chetha Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nana Tena Samedhaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Jatavedase Danna Mama. Om Ayanta Itmatma Jatavedasene Dhasva Vardhasva Chetha Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nana Tena Samedhaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Jatavedase Danna Mama. Om Ayanta Itmatma जातवेदसेने ह्यस्व वर्धस्व चेद्धवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्म वर्चसेनान्नादेन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्नये जातवेदसे तन्न मम ॐ अयन्त इद्मात्मा जातवेदसेने ह्यस्व वर्धस्व चेद्धवर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्म वर्चसे नान्नादेन समेधय स्वाहा इदमग्नये जातवेदसे तन्न मम. So this Dev Yajna which we do, this is full of mantras. In fact, all the eternal knowledge which has been revealed by God to us, that is a vast set of mantras. So these mantras have inherent in them the teachings of life, how to live a happy and joyful life. But whatever we pray for, whatever we pray with devotion, with faith, it is again inherent in us that we should be making our corresponding efforts for them. Whatever we pray for, there has to be corresponding efforts, there has to be corresponding endeavors. Only then those prayers come true. Even in this worldly life, we tend to help those people who are willing to learn, who are willing to act upon them. We cannot help much to those people who are lazy, who are inactive, or who are not much willing to do things themselves. So this goes in line with the famous proverb, God help those who help themselves. So what we need to do, that we need to imbibe those teachings and follow them up with our actions. So next is the sprinkling of water. We will sprinkle the water around the Havan Kund. We will start from that corner and we will sprinkle the water from that corner towards this corner where this lamp is placed. And after the mantra, you will sprinkle the water with that pour. Om Adite Numanyasva. Now you can pour the water in a straight line. Next, we will sprinkle from that corner to this corner after the mantra. Om Anumate Numanyasva. Om Saraswata Numanyasva. Next, we will sprinkle all around the Havan Kund. We will start from this point and we'll complete the circle. Om Deva Samitaha Prasuvayajam Prasuvayajapatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharvaha Ketapuhu Ketannaha Punatu Vachaspatir Vacham Naha Swadatu. Now we will give 4 ghee offerings in specific directions. So first we will give in a straight line in the left side of the Havan Kund, inside the Havan Kund. Om Agnaye Swaha. Idam Agnaye Danna Mama. Next we will give the right direction in a straight line over the Samhita. Om Somaya Swaha. Idam Somaya Idanna Mama. Next two in the middle in a small circle. Om Prajapataye Swaha. idam prajapataye danna mama. Om Indraya Swaha. Idam Indraya Danna Mama. Next, we are going to offer morning oblations, followed by evening, and then followed by the oblations of both kinds. So we will offer samagri, this herbal mixture as well. Oh. विषाणु अग्निर्वेतु स्वाहा. ओम भूरग्नये प्राणाय स्वाहा. इदम अग्नये प्राणाय इदन्न मम. ओम भुवर्वायवे प्राणाय स्वाहा. इदम वायवे पानाय इदन्न मम. ओम स्वरादित्याय व्यानाय स्वाहा. इदमादित्याय व्यानाय इदन्न मम. Give one full spoon of ghee. Om भूर्भुवः स्वरग्निवाय वादितेभ्यः प्राणापानव्यानेभ्यः स्वाहा. इदम अग्निवायवादितेभ्यः प्राणापानव्यानेभ्यः इदन्न मम. ओम आपो ज्योतिरसोमृतं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवः स्वरों स्वाहा. Before chanting next mantra, Devi, would you like to read the meaning? No? Okay. Shreya, would you like to read? No. Okay, sir. Let me read. Priyaji, would you like to read? Yeah, the last meaning. Oh, omniscient God, kindly.
The omniscient God kindly bestow upon me the divine knowledge of self-realization, which the enlightened ancestors have been attaining and utilizing all the time.
Yeah. So the most wanting thing which we need in our life is the intellect, through which we take our decision, through which we are able to differentiate between the right and wrong, between the truth and untruth. So in this mantra, we ask for that level of intellect which our ancestors, which our sages, which the enlightened people have been blessed with. And when we chant this mantra, we chant that bless us with that intellect right now. So with this prayer, let's chant this mantra. Om Yame Dham Deva Ganaha Pitarashopasate Tayama Madhya Medhayagne Medhavinam Kuru Swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savita Duritani Parashuva Yadbhadram Tanna Asuva Swaha. Om Agnenaya Supatharaye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yuyodhasmajuhurana Meno Bhuyisthante Namoktim Vidhema Swaha. Now we will give offerings by Gayatri Man. Those who are sitting behind, they can come forward and give their share of offering. Om भूर्भुवः स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा. Now we will move on to the special mantras for today for our Yajman family. They are here amongst us for their prayers and to receive the blessings of God for their happy, prosperous, and blissful life. So the mantras which we are going to chant, they are from Swasti Vachan, they are from Shanti Karan. These are the prayers for a blissful, peaceful, joyful, and harmonious life. So the first mantra goes like Om Swasti no mimitam ashvina bhagah swasti devya ditira narvanaha swasti pusha asuro dadhatunah swasti dyava prithivi suchetuna swaha. So in this mantra we pray to God that may the Ashvina here represent teachers and preceptors. Teachers are those who give us worldly knowledge to enable us to earn a livelihood. And preceptors are those who help us grow spiritually, who provides us spiritual knowledge. So we need both kinds of knowledge in our life to grow both internally and externally. So that's what we pray for it. And at the same time, it says that who is blessed with those kind of knowledge, who are anarvanaha, who are untiringly effortful people, who are energetic, who keep on putting their efforts, and who are alert people. So that's what this mantra enjoins upon us, that we continue to put our efforts, we continue to make our minds in an attentive position, in an awareness, in a state of awareness, so that we are continue to be blessed, we are continue to live a harmonious life. Next month. Om Susharathi Rashvani Vayan Manushyane Niyate Vishu Pervajinaiva Krit Pratishtham Yadajiram Javishtham Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu Swaha. In this month, we pray to God to bless us with a mind which is always engaged in the auspicious resolutions, which is always engaged in the noble actions. Mind is the mightiest instrument which helps us to cross this ocean of life, which helps us to sail through effortlessly through this life. So in this mantra, we pray to God to bless us with that kind of mind which is always engaged, which is always filled with noble thoughts. May noble thoughts come to us from all directions. And this mind is a coordinator of all our senses too, be it eye, be it ear, be it tongue, whatever it is. So we have been given this we have been blessed with this body, with this mind, with these senses to proceed in life. to ache in this life, to continue move further in this life. But when these senses, this mind becomes a barrier in our progress, then our life move towards a downfall. Then we fall back in our life. So not let that to happen. We need to be constantly aware of what is being input in ourselves, through our senses, through our mind, where we are paying attention to, where we are focusing in our life. Say, for example, if I want this my taste, this my sense of taste, this has been blessed to us so that we can nourish our body, we can energize our body. But if I succumb simply to the taste of the food, even if I'm not hungry, I just resort to the food. And if I'm not well, still I continue to eat that kind of food, which is not good for my body. Or if I consume more than what is the need of my body, I am bound to fall sick. So that's where I need to put control over my senses. And that's what this mantra says, that may I become a skillful and competent charioteer. May I become the skillful chariot driver, so that I can rule my senses, I can direct my senses, I can govern my senses, and I may not get ruled by my senses, by my mind. So for this, I have to keep myself continuously engaged in the right direction. That's what a charioteer does. He does not stop his horses. What he does, he simply directs him to the beneficial places, wherever the benevolence lies. The same way we need to do with our senses, with our mind, that through the reins of our mind, we need to direct the horses of our senses in the righteous direction. We need to control them. We need to direct them in the right direction. Next one. Om Agne Vratapate Vratam Charishyami Tachakeyam Tanme Rachyatam Idam Aham Amritat Satyam Upaimi Swaha. This mantra is generally chanted when we move from one phase of life to another. As most of us are in household, or we are ready to move in the next phase of our life, that is the vanpras, that is the post-retirement life. So this mantra is chanted to enjoin upon us, to instruct upon us to take vows in our life, to take pledges in our life, to be on the righteous path. So the best way in this phase of life is to experience our experiences of life, is to share our learnings, our teachings of life with our grandchildren, to expand this vision beyond the family and to extend it to the society, to give back to the community. Since birth, we are receiving from our parents, from our teachers, from our elders, from our acharyas and teachers. So now this is the good time to pay back. When we share, when we care for others, when we share our experiences, that gives value to our life, that gives purpose to our life. Whatever field we are into, whatever expertise we have in, it can be a professional field, it can be a personal, it can be a field of cooking, it can be any field. If we can share those experiences, those teachings with our next generation, that is the best legacy we can leave for them. And that is the best way to make our life peaceful, joyful, and purposeful. That will make us feel fulfilled inside. So now we will give just 4 ghee offerings. Om Puragnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Danna Mama Om Bhuvarvayave Swaha Idam Vayave Danna Mama Om Swaradityaya Swaha Idmadityaya Danna Mama ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वरग्निवायवादितेभ्यः स्वाहा इदमग्निवायवादितेभ्यः इदन्न मम. Now we will give Swishkrit Ahuti. Take little prasad. You can take in your spoon. Rest all can take in hand. You can pass it. ॐ यदस्य कर्मणो अत्यरीरिचं यद्वान्यूनमिहाकरम् अग्निष्ट स्विष्ट कृद्विद्यात् सर्वं स्विष्टं सुहृतं करोतु मे अग्नये स्विष्ट कृते सुहृतहुते सर्वप्रायश्चिताहुतीनां कामानां समर्धयित्रे सर्वान्नः कामान् समर्धय स्वाहा idamagnay svishtkrite danna mama. Next is the silent offering. So we will recite Prajapati in our mind, and this will be only ghee offering. Om Swaha idam Prajapate danna mama. Next, we will move on to our final oblations. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Now give the offering of Samagri as well, and little bit. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Very nice participation of Shrey and Devi. And his too. Yeah. So next we will move on to Yajna Pratna. Yajna Rupa Prabhu Hamare Bhav Ujjwal Kijiye Chhod Deve Chal Kapat Ko मानसिक बल दीजिए वेद की बोले रिचाए सत्य को धारण करें हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे शोक सागर से तरे अश्वमेधाधिक रचाए यज्ञ पर उपकार को धर्म मर्यादा चलाकर लाभ दे संसार को नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यह चारी हम करते रहे रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहे भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार की कामनाएं पूर्ण होवे यज्ञ से नर नारी लाभकारी हो हवन हर जीवधारी के लिए वायु जल सर्वत्र हो शुभ गंध को धारण किए स्वार्थ भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो इदन्न मम का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो प्रेम रस में मग्न होकर वंदना हम कर रहे नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब पर रहे। पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए। छोड़ देवे छल कपट को, मानसिक बल दीजिए। प्रभु आत्मिक बल दीजिए। Now we will move on to the blessings for our Yajman. So first of all, we will give blessings to these three children who have been wonderfully the part of our today's Yajna. So rest all, please stand up and make your pose like this. And their parents and grandparents, they can keep sitting and give them blessings. And please repeat after me. Om Yuyam Jivata Sharadaha Shatam Ayushmantaha Vajjasvinaha Tejasvinaha Bhuyaha. Oh God, by your grace, may these children become virtuous, noble, illumined, long-living, auspicious, steady mind, and a true devotee of God. Now we will give blessings to the Yajman family. Yajman family, they can join their hands, close their eyes, rest all, will repeat after me. Om Satyaha Santu Purnaha Santu Sapalaha Santu Yajmananam Kamaha. Oh God, by your grace, may the Yajman who are in the company of saintly and devoted people may truly be blessed to fulfill their wishes. May they are able to complete their missions. May they are successful in their endeavors. Om Uttishta Brahmanaspate Devan Yajjena Bodhaya Ayuhu Pranam Prajam Pashum Kirtim Yajmanam Chavardhaya. O divine protector of this knowledge, O omniscient God, kindly energize the scholars, intellectuals, and fill them with divine qualities so that they can serve the humanity with their knowledge and they can enlighten the world about the importance of Yajna so that our Yajmans are blessed with noble progeny, with name, with fame, with auspicious and productive life, and with a long life. May these children shine like stars, may they rise in their life. May they purify their souls by cultivating good habits. May they purify their soul by imbibing the teachings of Ved. May they shine and rise like a star. May they be long living, long living, long living. With this, now, Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om Swasti. So now we move on to our next program. Himanshi. Lot of blessings.
So, Namaste everyone. Thank you for the Yajamans, Dr. Ravinder Kaur and Veena Kaur and the family. Dr. Ravinder Kaur and Veena Kaur, they have been associated with the temple since so many years and supporters of this temple. And they are the trustees and their continuous support is really appreciable. So I just want to say a few words about Dr. Kaur. Dr. Ravinder Kaur is an internist and he is a doctor in Henry County and he's an MD, he's a hospice and palliative medicine specialist in Stockbridge, Georgia. And he has 39 years of wonderful experience in the medical field. And he has graduated from Dayananda Medical College, Punjab, Ludhiana, in the medical school from 1983. He is affiliated with Piedmont Henry Hospital. He has been doing excellent and wonderful services in the medical field since many years. Thank you very much for the Yajamans for in the Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple services today. And I would like to thank once again, like yesterday there was Vedic Sanskriti School annual day, and thank for all the volunteers who has made that function very successful. The school is associated with the Vedic temple here, which teaches Vedic values, yoga, Vedic math, Hindi, and many other subjects, music and everything. So I would like to request right now Mrs. Daisy to sing a bhajan.
Yeah. The bhajan I'm going to sing is Prano Samana Pyara. Prano Samana Pyara, Kul ho sada hamara, Kul ho sada hamara. Prano Samana Pyara, Kul ho sada hamara, Kul ho sada hamara. मानव समाज सारा प्यारा बने हमारा, मानव समाज सारा प्यारा बने हमारा, खंडन कटा नहारा, खंडन कटा नहारा, कुल हो सदा हमारा। प्राणों समान प्यारा, कुल हो सदा हमारा, कुल हो सदा हमारा। हम साफ सपूत तेरे, तू है सदा धारा, हम साफ सपूत तेरे, तू है सदा धारा। संपर्क प्रेम होवे, संपर्क प्रेम होवे, कलहा दिखा मिठारा। प्राणों समान प्यारा, कुल हो सदा हमारा, कुल हो सदा हमारा। जग रंग मंश्रया है, नित्य खेल खाल खाड़ा, जग रंग गुणगान साप्तिहारा प्राणो समान प्यारा कुल हो सदा हमारा कुल हो सदा हमारा लोभार शास्त्र हेया अंताकरण उजारा लोभार शास्त्र हेया अंताकरण उजारा मंदिर पदार देवा मंदिर पदार देवा तू ही यहाँ हमारा प्राणों समान प्यारा कुल हो सदा हमारा कुल हो सदा हमारा चाहूं और शांति में हो विपदा के किनारा चाहूं और शांति में हो विपदा के किनारा इन भांति भांति देसा इन भांति भांति देसा कुल बाकी हो सहारा प्राणों समान प्यारा कुल हो सदा हमारा कुल हो सदा हमारा कुल हो सदा हमारा। ओम शांति शांति।
Thank you, Daisy, for a wonderful bhajan. As you know, and we all know that Miss Daisy is a strong supporter of Vedic values and continuously coming to the temple and a devotee since so long. And I would like to request Vishnu Taryaji to sing a bhajan right now. As we all know, Vishnu Taryaji is the strong supporter of Vedic values and a pillar of this temple, and devotee and a strong volunteer, the secretary for Untitled Chapter.
Turn off the exhaust. So this bhajan we can actually sing together. You can repeat after me. It's going to be presented on the screen as well. की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा, प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा, कमाई का यह धन है सफर में काम आएगा, सफर में काम आएगा, कमाई का यह धन है सफर में काम आएगा, सफर में काम आएगा, प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा, बिना इसके किसी धन ने कभी ना साथ जाना है, बिना इसके सिकंदर की दशा सबको सुना कर के चेताना है, सिकंदर की दशा सबको सुना कर के चेताना है। गया जो चेत निश्चय ही प्रभु को ना भुलाएगा, प्रभु को ना भुलाएगा। प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा। प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा। महाजन बन गए लाखों प्रभु से ने लगा करके, महाजन बन गए लाखों प्रभु से ने लगा करके। निभाया धर्म याचक का किसी के काम आकर के, निभाया धर्म याचक का किसी के काम आकर के। इसी यश को कमा करके अमर यश को बनाएगा, अमर यश को बनाएगा। प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा। प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा। लगा श्वासों की पूंजी को अमर साथी के चिंतन में, लगा श्वासों की पूंजी को अमर साथी के चिंतन में। अनोखे काम कर डाले ऋषि सेवा के जीवन में, अनोखे काम कर डाले ऋषि सेवा के जीवन में। पढ़ेगा जो ऋषि जीवन इसी शिक्षा को पाएगा, इसी शिक्षा को पाएगा। प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा। प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा। कमाना देश इस धन को कमाया जा सके जितना, कमाया देश इस धन को कमाया जा सके जितना। बुराइयों से बचा निज को बचाया जा सके जितना, बुराइयों से बचा जिसको बचाया जा सके जितना। विदाई के समय तू भी ऋषि सम मुस्कुराएगा, ऋषि सम मुस्कुराएगा। प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा। प्रभु की याद में घड़ियां जो जीवन की बिताएगा, जो जीवन की बिताएगा। कमाई का यह धन है, सफर में काम आएगा, सफर में काम आएगा। कमाई का यह धन है, सफर में काम आएगा, सफर में काम आएगा। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Vishnuji. It's always devotional and so sensible. We all know that he's a great singer. And now, I would like to request Suyesh Aryaji to give a sermon. So I just wanted to say a few words about her. Suyesh Aryaji is a seeker of Vedic knowledge, a staunch promoter of Vedic Dharma, an expert in Sanskrit, English, Hindi, and German languages. Acharya Suyeshaji is the daughter of late Dr. Dharmavirji, who was the president of Paropakarani Sabha, a renowned scholar and a Vedic missionary. Suyeshaji has a deep understanding of Vedic principles and her expertise in multilingual speaking, which is contemporary in a contemporary style, and that makes her a very popular speaker in North America. So I have got a little interaction with her. I was so impressed by looking her and wanted to be learning all those things, what she has. She has great genes which has inherited from her father, and she herself is a great speaker. So we would like to request her today about Vedic Sanskars, how they are performed. She's gonna give a speech on that. Suyeshaji, welcome.
Thank you, Himanjali ji, for such a glowing introduction. And first we start with the mantra. So I'll start with Om Vishwani Deva Savetar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tanna Asuva. Sadar Namaste to all of you. And I am, as Himanjali ji has already introduced, I am Suyasha, and I am joining you from the northwest of United States in Seattle. The topic that has been given to me is on the Vedic Sanskars, and I understand that the medium of this discourse is going to be in English. So while I was observing the Yajna ceremony, I saw that most of you have been coming. The Yajman family has been coming here for almost 3 decades, and others also have been regular at the Vedic temple. So you must have observed that our ancient rishis and maharshis have connected us to the Ved at every step of our lives. Right from the time of our conception to the time of our creation, all our rituals have been performed by the Vedic mantras. From our morning to our night, all the prayers are from the Ved. So why have our rishis tied us so intricately with the Ved? Reason is akin to light. The way in light or in the sunlight, everything becomes crystal clear. We are able to see everything, and our work and our choices are both simplified. The similar thing happens when we have knowledge. We see things very clearly, and it enables us to make correct decisions. Knowledge has always been an indispensable tool for us, and the text of knowledge has been woven intricately into our lives, into every aspect of our lives. Manusmriti writes, Vedo Akhilo Dharma Moolam. It means that the dharma, not in the conventional sense of the word as we understand it today, but dharma as to what is to be done and what is not to be done. The ultimate source of that knowledge stems from the Ved. And in this vein, we are going to discuss our sanskar. Before I actually go to the sanskars, I would like to explain the meaning of the word sanskar and as to why do we do these. So I have always seen that metaphors help in understanding concept easily. So we have, you must all be familiar with something called dal chawal. So when we eat dal chawal, we just don't boil the dal and eat it. We add something to it, which we call as chauk or tadka. And in some parts of India, they call it dal ka sanskar karna. It means the way it first came to us, it was not good. It had to be improved. It had to be made better. So we call the word sanskar. So the way a child first came to us, it can be made better. It can be polished. It is a rough and uncut diamond which needs to be made luminous and polished. And that is what the sanskar does to our life. It creates an impression, and that impression stays with us and helps us later at all stages in our lives. We do not know that what sanskar is being given to us at that time and how it is going to help us later in our lives. Now, why we do the sanskar is like, I explain it mostly with the concept of weed and a crop. If you see the weeds, they grow everywhere. They grow on the side of the road. They grow in your garden. They grow everywhere. They grow like in open playgrounds. You don't have to pay any attention to them. They can be found everywhere without actually having intended to grow them. So the bad habits or the bad influences are like weeds. They do not have to be cultivated. They will anyways automatically come to you from the society, from the school, from the people you sit and interact with, from colleagues, from everywhere around us. Bad things can come and we do not even have to make an effort. They come to us very naturally. But the good habits or the sanskars are like a crop. Like, for example, for a crop, you have to first make the ground fertile. Then you have to sow the seed in it. You have to water it. You have to take care of it. You have to protect it from the animals. And after a long effort, a small amount of crop can be obtained. So the effort that we are putting, that the reason we are insisting on sanskars every time is because it is like a crop. It needs a lot of attention. It needs a lot of care if we want to have a good citizen in the society, a good child in the society, a learned person in the society. So we give so much emphasis on the sanskars. I once read a shlok. It was from one of the Purans. It said, Nishek Adi Shmashan Antahi Sanskare Sanskrito Dvija Indriyeshu Kriya Yajyan Jnana Deepeshu Juvati. It says basically that a person who has been conceived with the Vedic mantra and is cremated to the Vedic mantra is considered to be a lucky person in this life. And that is why we have the sanskars so intricately, so indispensably imbibed in our lives, and that is why we insist on them. Now, when as we know that there are 16 sanskars, but while I was observing the yajna, I realized that the kids here who have been sitting have been at least 2 to 3 years of age, if not younger than that. So instead of starting with the Jap Karma Sanskar, I decided that let me start with the Vedarambha Sanskar. So the Vedarambha Sanskar, as the name suggests, is the start. Now it's the start of education. Now one wonders that why did we call it Vedarambha? Why did not we call it Akshar Arambha, or why we did not call it Shiksha Arambha? Because actually what we are learning is the learning of the alphabet. That is the first thing that we are going to learn. So why haven't we called it Akshar Arambha, or why haven't we called it Vidya Arambha Sanskar? We have called it the Ved Arambha Sanskar because from that day we are trying to make it clear that the ultimate objective of this education is going to be the Ved. The child is going to learn the alphabet. The child is going to learn all the books that he learns along with the alphabet. The alphabets will help him to learn the other books, help him to read the other books, be it of physics, chemistry, medicine, mathematics, law, business. But these are not the objective. These are a step. The ultimate objective after the alphabet, after the books, has to be the Ved, and that is being explained to the child at that point. One might say that the child is only 6-year-old. He will not understand what we are trying to do. But again, what we are trying to do here is to create an impression. We have 3 sanskars we perform before the birth of the child. That time also we are creating an impression. So we have 16 efforts, the Shodash Sanskar or the 16 Sanskar. There are 16 efforts in our life to remove what is wrong and to bring in what is right, what is good, what is pure. That being said, there are a few very interesting things that come with this Vedarambha Sanskar. I don't know how we take admission in the schools here, but I mean, I'm like assuming that you go with a certificate of your residence, some information about the parents, a birth certificate or something. But the interesting part of the Vedarambha Sanskar is that you do not need all these things. Earlier, when a student went to a teacher, they took only 3 samidhas in their hand. We call it Samit Pani, and there were only 3 samidhas in the hand. Swami Dayanand Saraswati writes that the 3 samidha means a rikta hast. It means when you go to a teacher, you should not go empty-handed. But we know that all the things that are represented are symbolic. So the samidha is also a symbol, because you know that the samidha is used in the yajna. So it means that the samidha has a potential to burn, but it can burn only when it comes in contact with the fire. So when the student is taking a samidha in his or her hand, it is symbolizing, saying that the teacher, I have a potential to become fire, but provided I come in contact with the knowledge which is being represented by the teacher. So here the teacher is the fire and the pupil is the samidha, and only when these two combine, we can perform a jnana yajna, or a yajna or the karma of knowledge, only when the teacher and the teacher represented by the fire and the pupil represented by the samidha come in contact with each other. Before I further go on to the Vedarambha Sanskar, there is a word in this which is known as Acharya. We use it very casually, and normally it is said that the word Acharya is used for the head of the teachers. Amongst all the teachers, the head teacher is known as the Acharya. But in Sanskrit, every word has a deeper meaning, and the meaning itself is contained in the word. So if we look at the etymology of the word Acharya, it says acharam grahayati, achinoti arthan, achinoti buddhim. So when we say acharam grahayati, it means that the first thing that a teacher or an acharya gives is to tell you how to behave, how to conduct yourself in the presence of others, what is acceptable as a civilized behavior in the society and what is not. When you sit amongst others, how you should greet them, what you shouldn't do, what you should do. So that is achar is behavior or conduct. Then it says achinoti arthan. The knowledge of the alphabet is first provided by the teacher. I mean, naturally, when we say the word teacher, the first thing that comes to our mind is education. So the concept, the fundamental of education is also provided by the teacher. Then it says achinoti buddhim. Now we know that not everybody is, nobody in this world is 100% knowledgeable of everything. So if I know something, there might be a limit to it, and it might be only in one field. So what does the teacher do? So even if he tries, even if he wants, the teacher cannot give everything to the child. Something or the other might remain. So what does the teacher do? So the last part of the word acharya explains achinoti buddhim. He develops such a sharp intellect in the student that the student can himself or herself make the decisions, acquire new knowledge, and decide what is right and what is wrong. Now coming back to our Vedarambha Sanskar, the first thing that the teacher teaches is the Guru Mantra. Now we know that Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha is known as the Gayatri Mantra, but it is also known as the Guru Mantra because this is the first mantra that is given by the teacher to the student. So the significance of the Gayatri Mantra is also as the Guru Mantra because it is the first step in the Vedarambha. So the start of with the start of the alphabet, the start of the Ved also begins with the Guru Mantra. Now, in the Vedarambha Sanskar, one of the situations is very beautiful. It is also a personal favorite. I mean, the situation is something like that a father is who is around 30 years of age is coming with his child who is 6 to 7 years of age, and is leaving him with the acharya who is again of the father's age. The child is standing between the father and the teacher, and the father gives him like for example, at the time of Vidai, when the daughter is going to the in-laws house, parents tell, do like this, do like that, live like this, behave like this. Similarly, the father, before leaving the child in the Gurukul, is also telling him, do like this, behave like this. So there are around 24 things that a father is telling his child. But the most important thing there, the instruction that the father is giving to his child is Acharya Adhino Bhava Anyatra Adharma Charanat. So sometimes we have used it as an excuse that we did wrong because our elder people told us to do, or our older people told us to do. So, but the father here is telling the child, a 6-year-old child minded, that from this day onwards, you are going to do what the teacher says. But with an exception that if your teacher tells you to do something wrong, you have the authority to say no. The best example of this we see in the Mahabharata, where Yudhishthir plays the game of dice and gives the excuse for his weakness as saying, my elders told me to do it and I could not say no. But if he was from a Vedic tradition, he should have remembered that at the time of the Vedarambha Sanskar, he was told that you are from this day, you have to obey what the elders tell you, but you have the right to say no when things are wrong. And this is the type of sanskar that we are trying to inculcate in our children by following the 16 sanskars, so that when they grow up as children, when they grow up as adults, they know that they can say no to when somebody asks them to say something wrong. It is more than something just learning the alphabet or learning the books. We are trying to inculcate this behavior so that when they grow up, they are becoming a responsible members of the society. Now, what is here is interesting is that in front of the teacher, the father is telling that you can say no to your teacher, and the teacher is listening to it. And the teacher gives the answer to this question 18 years later, when they perform the convocation ceremony or the Samavartan Sanskar, or you as popularly know as the Dikshant ceremony. While I have said something about the Vedarambha Sanskar, I realized that I have used the time that has been allotted to me. So I will continue this discussion whenever I get an opportunity next time. Thank you. If you have questions, you can ask.
You have some more time.
So I'll put it for questions. If anybody has a question, they might ask.
I think you have more time.
Okay. So you want me to continue to the Samavartan, or I'll go back to the chapter, in fact.
Sure.
So, okay, since I have a couple of more minutes, so let me go on further with these. So I went to the Vedarambha Sanskar, but before the Vedarambha Sanskar, another significant Sanskar that is performed right after the birth is called the Jat Karma Sanskar. As the name denotes, Jat is to be born, Karma is the Sanskar that is being performed, the first action that you do after the child is born. So there, when we perform the Yajna, there is a very beautiful mantra which actually gives the entire objective of life. So it says, Ashma Bhava, Parshur bhava, hiranyam astritam bhava, atma asi putra, mamritha sa jiva sharadah shatam. So the father is praying for the child. And we should remember here, Ananya ji already mentioned while she was performing the yajna, when we pray something, when we say something, or when we ask God of something, it means that after I have put in my 100% effort towards achieving that objective, and when things are beyond my control, that is when the prayer comes into effect. So when I am saying that I am praying this for my son, it means that in order to fulfill this objective, I am going to make 100% effort on my end and then pray to the Almighty to help with the rest. So it says Ashma Bhava. Ashma is no word for rock. So the father is saying that it is my duty that may my child's body be like a rock. It should be as strong as a rock. It means that I am going to provide this child with health and nutrition of the level so that my son's body is like a rock. Then further he says is Parshur Bhava. Parshur is the word for axe. Now, naturally, common sense dictates that we cannot use the word parshur for the body or the word axe for the body. So it means the word axe is in here used for intellect. So it means he's saying that the intellect of my child should be so sharp that the way an axe cuts things into two, my child should be able to differentiate between right and wrong, good from bad, wrong from evil, evil from good. So the intellect should be so sharp that he's able to clearly distinguish, not walk in gray, but able to see clearly black and white, the things between good and bad. And the last thing it says, hiranyam askritam bhava. Now, even a thief can be intelligent and strong, but he's not a respectable member of the society. So the last part also makes it clear, hiranyam askritam bhava. It says that the way a gold attracts people. Similarly, the good qualities of my child may attract all people towards him, and may he become a well-respected, well-adjusted member of the society because of his good qualities. So, and he's saying that is, and this is the effort that from this day of the birth of my child, this is the effort that I am going to be making towards my child. So, if there is something in this that you like, appreciate, or would like to imbibe in your child, I would really appreciate if you would go through these sanskars, and if you have not performed, you would perform these sanskars for your child. They are very beautiful, and 3/4 of the sanskars, like out of the 16 sanskars, 12 sanskars are performed in the childhood, 3 before birth and 9 immediately after birth, from after birth to the 9 years of or 8 years of age. I think now I would be more or less done. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thank you, C.A. Shaji. It's a wonderful sermon. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, she should be.
Yeah, thank you, C.A. Shaji. It's a wonderful sermon. And you are one of the persons, if we are listening to anybody, we feel like we want to listen more and more, and we want to learn more from you. And you are so knowledgeable, and it's so really inspiring. Very good quotations, the slokas and the meanings, the pramans from the Vedas, you explained so well. And we would like to listen from you in the future more.
Thank you, Evangeline.
You said that like the samskars make the children to be more polished, right? When we do the samskars.
Luminous, yes.
So thank you very much for the very enlightening sermon, and we welcome you for in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, there is a question from Dr. Shashi Madanji. Please answer.
Okay, I can't see her, but okay.
It was so interesting the way you were
Thank you.
telling. So you said that when the father leaves the kid in the Gurukul, he
Yes.
says that. But then you were about to say that when he's done at 18 years and he leaves the Gurukul, what the Pandit
Then the teacher answers the thing that was said by the father. Sorry, I cannot hear you.
Please listen to the question again. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
The voice was very muffled.
She's unable to. She's talking.
Can you hear me
Yes.
now? Yeah. Okay. So it was a beautiful story the way you put it. The kid goes and the father says that even if something is wrong, you can say no.
Yes.
At 18 years, when he leaves Gurukul, you were about to say that what the Acharya says.
What the teacher replies?
And it
Yes.
has unmuted.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did not mention it because it is a part of some other sanskar. It is a part of the answer to this question, or the answer to this statement of the father is provided by the teacher after the child. Himanjali ji, do I have to say something?
Yeah, we are able to hear you. You can talk now.
Okay, thank you. So to answer Dr. Shashi Madam, if I got the name right, yes. The answer was provided in the convocation ceremony by the teacher, but since I did not discuss it, I did not want to go there. But since you have already asked the question, let me answer this. So after the child completes education and is ready to again integrate into the society after leaving the Gurukul, there are a few sentences that a teacher tells the student before he leaves. So one of the sentences that the teacher says, I'll first say it in Sanskrit and then translate it. It says that Yanya asmakam sucharitani tani tvaya upasyani no itarani. So basically it is saying that we are not perfect. No human being is 100% all right. Not everything that we do is 100% correct. So there might have been things in my behavior, in my character, which were not so good. So my dear student, now that you are going, do not consider that everything, 100% of the things that my teacher said are always correct, and without thinking about them, I am going to follow them. Do not adopt this attitude. We are people and we make mistakes. So what you have to do is, whatever was wrong in my character, do not follow this, do not imitate this, and only what was good, only take that part. So basically what the father was saying, Acharya adhino bhava anyatra adharmacharana, the teacher is also replying that yes, you are right, you take only the good that has been a part of my character and leave. There might have been certain things that might have not been so good, that might not be worth walking after or worth following. So do not take these, only do the things that have been good in my character. This is one of, out of the 20 things the teacher tells the students upon leaving, this is one of the things. I cannot hear you, Himanjali ji. You have to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Siya Shashi. It was wonderful explanation. You are a treasure of knowledge. We understand that.
Thank you.
It was very convincing answer. Thank you very much. And it's a time for the announcements. And there is an important announcement as we have admissions for Vedic Samskriti School for the academic year. It's for 2022 to 23. These admissions are now open. Just for today, there is a discount for the discount fee for available for the temple members and existing and past students. There's an option for you to give a suggestion whether you prefer all in person or alternative or virtual in person to the school. So please avail discounted registration fees. Register for next year's by today. There is a link called tinyurl.com VSS 2022 and 3. So also ensure to complete the payment by today itself. Discounted fees only for today. So please do encourage the kids, and we are very happy today. Dr. Priya is here with all her kids. She performed the yajna, and we are very happy to see that Shireen and Kush and Dev, the little kids you can see in the temple vicinity. We are very glad and delighted to see you. So we would like to request you, if you are interested, please make your kids to join in Vedic Samskriti school so that they can learn the Vedic values and will be the future generation for protecting them. And now I just wanted to say one more announcement, and tonight is the last day for submitting Yoga Darshan competition, International Yoga Essay competition. Please take part in it, help and promote the authentic Vedic yoga. It is in commemoration of International Day of Yoga, which is organized by Ayurvedic Sabha America, Sarvadeshik Ayurvedic Sabha America, Hanuman Road in Delhi, in coordination with Gurukul Kangri University. There are many essay topics. You can see the website, and if anyone wants to submit the last minute assignments, you can do that and win the prizes over here. Temple, as you all know, it provides all the services and different free services and yoga and many things. And if you want to sign up for volunteer services, you can. Please do contact the Temple EC, and you can go to the Temple website and sign up for us. Thank you very much for everybody being here, and we would like to continue the same devotion in the future weeks. Thank you very much. And now I would like to request Lataji for meditation. Please keep your phones in mute mode and sit straight, and she's going to lead us for meditation.
Namaste everyone. Namaste everyone. I'm going to stop my video. Please sit comfortably and close your eyes. Now we will recite Om once. Take a deep breath. Om. Relax your face, neck and shoulders. Relax. Now, sensing your breath, take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Be relaxed. You are a pure eternal soul. Drop all mental negativities, fear, habit of comparing yourself with others, ego, jealousy, anger, grudges, etc. Drop all. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Now, inhale deeply and exhale forcibly. Hold your breath at your comfort. Now release the hold and come to regular breathing. Sense your breath inside your nostrils. Be focused inside your nostrils. Omnipresent God is giver of this breath. Accept this. Accept God's holy presence within you. By maintaining God's holy presence within you, or chant Om inside you. At your pace and with devotion. Maintain the awareness of His presence. Now pray for the welfare of all. May all be happy, healthy. Pray. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. We are all children of one divine Mother God. We belong to one family. Feel oneness with all. Now we'll recite Om once, followed by Shanti 3 times. Take a deep breath. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rub your palms and bring them over your closed eyes. Gently open your eyes inside and take your palms away. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Rudhani. And now we'll have Aarti. Please stand up for Aarti. And Deji is going to sing the bhajan. Deji.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhakt Jano ke Samkat Arya Jano ke Samkat Chana me Dur Khade Om Jai Jagadish Hare जो ध्यावे पल पावे दुख विनशे मन का स्वामी दुख विनशे मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे काष्ट मिटे धन का Om Jai Jagadish Hare Mata Pita पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी स्वामी शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा तुम बिना और न दूजा आश करो मैं जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूरन परमात्म तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो भरता ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम हो कय गोचर सबके प्राणपति स्वामी सबके प्राणपति किस विदा मिलऊं दया में किस विदा मिलऊं दया में ऐसी तो सुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे अपने हाथ बढ़ाओ अपने शरण लगाओ द्वार पर तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा स्वामी पाप हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा प्रेम बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे तन मन धन सब है तेरा स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा तेरा तुझको अर्पण तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे आर्य जनों के समकत आर्य जनों के समकत छन में दूर खड़े ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
शांति बात ओम द्यौ शांति
अंतरिक्षं
शांति पृथिवी शांतिरापः शांतिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्व peaceful, the earth be peaceful, the waters be peaceful, the vegetation, medicinal plants be peaceful. The entire universe be conducive to peace and prosperity. May Supreme Creator bring us peace. May there be peace and peace alone. May that peace be with us. May there be cosmic peace, physical and spiritual peace. Bhojan mantra. Om Annapate Annasya no Deyanami Vasya Shushminaha Prapradataram Sarisha Ujam No Dehi Dvipade Chadushvade He Anna Ke Swamin Prabhu आप हमें अन्न दो जो रोग रहित और पुष्टिकारक हो आप अन्नदाता का कल्याण करो दो पाए पशुओं आदि में लेस धारण करो Oh, Annadata Ishwar, giver of food, kindly provide us with healthy and energy-producing food. Grant serenity to those who give food in charity. May all living beings be blessed with energy-giving food. Jai Ghosh. जो बोले सो भय, मेरी धर्म की जय। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र जी की जय। योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र महाराज की जय। गुरुवर स्वामी विद्यानंद जी की जय। महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती की जय। संसार के सभी श्रेष्ठ महापुरुषों की जय। संसार के सभी विदुषी नारियों की जय। आज के आनंद की जय। आज के यजमान की जय। आर्य समाज अमर रहे। वेद की ज्योति जलती रहे। ओम का झंडा ऊंचा रहे। वैदिक ध्वनि सबको सादर नमस्ते। The food is in the other building and help clean up the building.
Thank you everyone for joining. Please, all volunteers are requested to please help clean up the building for the next time. And food is on the other. Thank you.
Namaste ji, धन्यवाद सभी का. Everyone has joined. Thank you so much for joining. Now we are closing the session for today's services. We'll meet you again on the next Sunday services. Thank you. Namaste.